lot of times we are always waiting for the perfect moment to set up our tripod, our lights, things like that. We are waiting for the perfect moment, and it makes us not to shoot these videos. It makes us not to put our content. It makes us not to put ourselves out there. And so I just thought to take you guys behind the scene of everything that I do. How do I turn this? Okay, I've set up my camera. After my workout, when I went to wash some clothes, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, which is The Diary of a CEO. Before then, I joined the 100 Days of Growth or 100 Days of Discipleship, something like that, with Pastor Iren. So I have taken that dose of today, and I just thought when this popped up, I saw it, and I am a huge Dwark fan, so I like to listen to Steven a lot. And so this stuff about quit your 9 to 5 job with this 90-day side hustle plan attracted me. And I was just watching it, even though I already quit my 9 to 5. And so, but you would always have one or two things to learn. And so this is what I'm watching. So let me just set up my camera while I do some work on my seat. I'll take you guys with me. Almost 12. I'm expecting um my assistant to send me the caption for a video that I shot for the personal brand mentorship program. I have a mentorship program that helps people to learn how to put themselves out there online, and so she edited the video, and I want her to send me the caption. I have a couple of other stuff to do today. I have to prepare for a staycation with my husband and another family friend. So we just want to go and have fun. We booked an apartment and we're just gonna spend the night there. It was unplanned. Guess what? I just received an email, and I think it's a new client. I think I have a new job. Let's see. Follow-up email from Susan. Let's see. Hold up. No, not a new client. It's like they're calling me out. The client sent me an email. I did not see the email, and the client is calling me out. I skipped the email. I don't know how. So I need to respond to that right now. Okay, so when I'm done responding to this client, I will continue watching this because I'm almost done. After watching Diary of a CEO, I have itemized a lot the things that I need to do. I have not read my Bible today, and I must read my Bible every day, as often as possible every day. So I'll just read my Bible at intervals in between work. I'll pray at intervals in between work. There's a particular client whose job I need to deliver. I need to work on those articles. I am done writing the articles, but I need to proofread and edit. And then I need to infuse some of the projects that the client has worked on into the articles. Um, the client has worked on a ton of things. If I mention some of the projects, you guys will know who the person is. So I can't do that. But the client has sent me all the projects that they've worked on. There's a way I like to collect the details of what the client has worked on. I like to collect numbers, the name of the project. I like to collect the name of the project, where the project happened, the set of people or the audience it impacted, the number of people it impacted, specific numbers, percentage, actual numbers, results, anything. And so I sent that to the client, and the client already sent me all those. So I'm supposed to infuse that into the article as a case study. So that's what I want to do. I like to watch videos on Masterclass a lot. I did a 1 year subscription, and it's been 4 months already, 4 months already gone by, and I have not really harnessed it. So I put it on my to-do list so that I don't have to forget. Then there's a particular site where I read a lot of articles on freelancing. I'm going to attach the site. I'm going to attach the link in the description box, and then you'll see the link on the screen. I need to go and read some articles on freelance writing there. And so that's about that. I sent the email already, and the client responded immediately. God, I hope they are not upset. Let's do 12 p.m. I'll be expecting the invite link. I'm sending it right away. I'm setting up the meeting. I'm scheduling it on both our calendars now so that I don't forget. So one rule of thumb, something I do is I always Google my clients. Some of them are really influential people, and I don't want to I don't want to be caught slacking. I do this so that I know the gravity of the impact that I am giving. Um, I wouldn't say it helps me charge because I already have like a baseline for how much I charge, and I charge regardless of, I don't fluctuate the price based on the quality of the client. However, when I have people who cannot afford, depending on how much work I have on my desk, I'm usually willing to give a huge discount. But sometimes I just like to see the kind of people that they are so that I don't mess up their lives. The kind of work that I do is something that I am very grateful to God for, and I take it very seriously. People who reach out to me for the job that I do are people who are trying to make, trying to change their life significantly. And one little thing can change the course of their lives forever. I mean, it can make them unhappy for years. And, I just decided that I wouldn't be the cause as much as I can. And so I usually like to Google them so that I see, how much work they have put into their lives. I see what they are all about. And it helps me during conversations too. We lost connection, please. This person is not in Nigeria, so don't lose connection. So my assistant just sent me the caption for the video that we want to put up on the page, the personal brand mentorship page. The mentorship is coming up in August, on the 30th of August. So let me just watch some part of Doak before the client comes on.
Which means he was successful. Prime example, please copy this, steal this, use this. I sat down with Paul Brunson last week. A couple of reasons why I wanted to catch up with him, just to give him some advice and some things with his podcast. But the other thing was I just want to get like a gauge on like how he's feeling as a podcaster. One of the things he said to me was,
I have a ritual every Tuesday. Come out at 6 a.m. Yeah. I watch the pod at 6 a.m. on Spotify.
He's like, if I wake up in the morning and I look at the numbers,
I look to see what the response is, and I know immediately from there where it's going.
He's like, I've had like all just learning. And you've got to realize that no single episode is fatal. But it feels like you've got to detach from it. You've got to really have a framework for not getting caught up in the numbers too much. I've realized though that there's so many moments where it was.
So Stephen is talking about not being caught up in the numbers for your YouTube videos. You know how you put out content and then the content doesn't get the visibility that you expect it or that you hope it would get. And then you are caught up in the numbers. You're already thinking because the numbers are not up to what you expected, it's content that is not doing well. And one way to build an online presence is not to get caught up in numbers. I'm telling you guys this, but guess what? I still get caught up in numbers. As a matter of fact, I told myself that I was going on a 60-day content challenge on LinkedIn, which I started. I was putting out content, and guess what? On the fourth day or fifth, my content went viral. My content has never gone viral on LinkedIn, but I've been, putting out content, and this content went viral. I think I had over 300 comments. I had a lot of shares, I had a lot of likes, and people could relate. And since that day, I don't know what happened. I've been looking for a way to post viral content. And I know that this is wrong. I know that this will not get me to. I mean, this is not what I should be doing. I know that. In fact, while I was taking my bath today in the bathroom, I kept telling myself, Susan, go and put out content. People are still watching. So don't get caught up in numbers anyway. It's
Tempting
almost time for my
to
meeting.
give up the fight of care. What I mean by that is the level in which we care and how long we've cared for can take a toll on you. And there's moments where I've realized that other people would give up here because it's tough. And I've in that moment, what comes to mind is if I keep going at this moment, I'm leaving like 5% of people behind that like hit that hurdle and fell. I fully believe part of the game is just staying. You can outlast, you know. And that's the game. That's the same principle in most facets of life. It's like much of it will just be who can last the longest. And then how do you build a team? How do you build a culture? How do you build your own mentality for longevity? If that's like a big part of the game, and if it's taken emotionally taking a toll on you like this, you won't be able to last from perspective. One of the biggest insights I've had in the last, I'd say, 3 to 4 months about creating great company culture or team culture has been that company culture is not the thing that you come up with on your team offsite day. It's not the thing that you've written on the walls. It's not what the CEO says it is. It's none of those things. Culture is behavior. It is how your team behave. Culture is seen in the moment when one of your clients sends a text message on Sunday night and they need the login details to their account and the person that has them is on their honeymoon. What you do in that moment, how you behave, is your company culture. But because organizations think it's the like strategy offsite values that they wrote on the whiteboard thing, what ends up happening is you have just a culture of contradiction. You wrote.
Guys, I know we are talking personal branding content and all of these things, but you know, all these things, they intertwine, they marry each other. You need marketing skills to be able to put yourself out there online. You need to understand how to delegate, to be able to build a team that will help you with building your online presence. You just need to know something about all these different aspects. He's talking about building company culture, and it's taking me to one of the companies that I currently work with. We are struggling. I wouldn't say we're struggling because we're still in our early stage, but we're trying as much as we can to build company culture. And one of the cultures that we have been struggling with is late coming. Okay, so one of the people, can it be a message, please? I have a meeting in the next 7 minutes.
Okay.
Or voice notes.
Okay.
Or
Okay. I
thank
want to send the password.
password. Please send me, just let's chat. I'm online.
Okay.
And so I remember COO, you know, talking to the CEO and, just telling the CEO about how we need to build, we need to be intentional about building company culture. Say, for example, we have a meeting. We've scheduled meeting for, um, we've scheduled monthly meetings already. We know like 3 weeks or a month in advance. And then we still have people who did not attend the meeting, who did not make time for the meeting, or people who came late, and people who did not even try to make time for the meeting. And so he kept hammering on the fact that we are building a culture, that a wrong culture, unfortunately, right? And so I really agree with Stephen. A company culture is built in the moment where something happens and your reaction, how you react when something happens, not the things you write in your pitch deck, not the things you write in your um, proposal, in your brochure. No, not those things. It happens in the moment. A team member, this morning I addressed something. One of my assistants was given a job to do, and it was time sensitive. She had not delivered the job, and so I sent her a message telling her that this job needed to come out immediately. It's time sensitive. And then she sent a voice note to me telling me, oh, the network is bad. Just excuses. Network is bad. It's still downloading. It's a lot of data, or it's a lot of network. It's a lot of gig rather. And she can't write the caption because she doesn't even know what is in the video because she has not watched the video. Immediately, I addressed that. You should know what is in the video because you edited it. That's why you're my assistant. That is unacceptable. You can't tell me you don't know what is in the video. And a better response is, I'm currently working on it. I've started writing the captions because I know like a part of it. I'm currently trying to download the video, not all those excuses. Oh, I don't know. No, immediately I addressed it because I don't want that to repeat itself. And so that's that anyway.
That you're this, that everybody knows you're something else. So for me, the first thing is getting exceptionally clear, which has never been harder, on exactly the behaviors that you want from your team, and then really linking that to the mission. which is paramount because sometimes it's like linked to the founder's trauma because they're like insecure or whatever. But to sell the story to your team and to get their buy-in, it needs to actually be reverse engineered from what we're trying to achieve in the world. We are trying to be the best podcast in the world. So in order to become that, the behaviors we're going to need are we're going to need a high rate of failure because the platforms are changing every week. We're going to need to be open-minded because we're going to speak to Elon Musk sometimes, and then we're going to speak to Boris Johnson and then Michelle Obama. So we're going to need a team that are like open-minded. We codify those into values, and then we hire based on that. We install our processes, our incentives, our trophies, our awards to incentivize those values, those behaviors, so we achieve our mission. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you. Thank you so much. As I was walking out of my talk, a lady came up to me and said she spent weeks trying to find a software developer for the tech idea that she has. This is a question I get asked all the time. How do you find a software developer or technical co-founder to help you build your business? I think people think there's a complicated answer. Of course, it comes back to what I said earlier about the medium and message, but there's two other things you need to know about. The first is persistence, and the second is this RICE framework, which I'll tell you about now. So obviously, there's two routes. You don't do it. Yeah. But if you're going to do it, then exactly what you're doing is the only way. Find people. Yeah. And I remember when I was starting my career, I had a similar challenge where I wanted to build a piece of software. I was broke. I was in Manchester, dropped out of university. I'd never built software in my life before. Yeah. So what did I do? I went on Google and I went down 3 pages of everyone that was a software developer, and I emailed them all a really good email with that framework, that reward ideology collection framework. And one guy called Chris Williams, who was building a web design business, responded and was like, "I'm interested in having a call." I'd sent so many emails, and then Chris Williams became my co-founder. Right. And that's like the game. It's just keep knocking on the door. Yeah. And then also when you find the person,
Guys, hey God, did you get something? Like, I feel like my brain is going to burst, but hold on, let me check to be sure that this thing is even recording. Did you hear what Steven said? He's trying to hire, and then instead of going through the noise of people sending in emails, thousands of emails, because there are people out there, a lot of people who are seeking job opportunities. But Steven just goes to their social media profile. He goes on Google, checks their social media profile, and then just scrolls through 1, 2, 3, 4 posts, and then he sends them a message. We've been talking a lot about putting yourself out there, your journey, sharing the things it is that you do. My meeting is currently, it's time for my meeting. Hello, Mr. Good. Good afternoon. First off, I need to apologize. I'm deeply sorry. I missed that email.
It's all right. Sorry, is it okay for you for me to eat? Like,
Please go ahead. Yes.
All right. So, I feel like it's too much on the high side, to be honest. I would love to write 4 articles. And in my head, I was thinking like that should be going to like ₦1 million. But now you're saying that I'm going to be like ₦2 million, which is too much.
Okay, so first off, if you're writing 4 articles, there's no way I'm accepting ₦1 million for 4 articles. But I'm done with the client meeting already, and I should send the client an invoice, which I'll do today. But let's continue with Stephen Bartlett and the gems he's been sharing in this video.
don't judge them based on your own opinion because you don't know what good looks like in that regard. Yeah. So you need to find a software developer that you know and trust, and get them to check them before you commit to anything. There's like no secrets to it. It's just keep going. It's just knock. Every conversation you have, try and see it as a seed you're planting. Okay, that's what I did. So nice to meet you. Nice to meet you very much.
So, guys, I remember that before I went on the call with my client, what Stephen Bartlett was talking about was if when he wants to hire a software developer, he goes on Google and then goes on their social media profile, and then he scrolls through to see who is putting in the work. And this is just profound. I've had people DM me on LinkedIn that they wanted to work with me. At the time that someone even DM'd me on LinkedIn, I was not interested in the job. I wouldn't say I wasn't interested in the job, but I had a lot of clients' jobs that was bringing me good money. And so since then, and after I have constantly and consistently put myself out there online, my WhatsApp status, I am the one that knows the kind of messages that I receive. I know the CEOs and the companies that trust me based on what they see on my WhatsApp status. And so it makes me to keep pushing, it makes me to keep putting myself out there. And that's like the central theme of the personal brand mentorship program. You have to find a way to put yourself out there online somewhere. It doesn't have to be Instagram. It doesn't have to be TikTok. It doesn't have to be Facebook, but it has to be one of them. It could be Substack. It could be Medium. It could be, I don't know, it could be anywhere. It could be on YouTube. It could be Twitter, X, whatever. Find, have some digital footprint so that opportunities come to you as opposed to you looking for opportunities. Let's see.
Today, Forbes published a list of the highest earning creators, and I was 11th on the list and the 9th highest earning creator in the world. So if I'm speaking to you and you're a founder and you're stuck at a certain level at the moment, or if you're a corporate executive, or you're someone that's working a 9 to 5, or you're a parent that's looking for an entrepreneurial opportunity, this is it. This is the opportunity. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. I'm going to give you a very, very simple 90-day challenge that's going to set you on your way to landing yourself on this list in 20.
The problem is that a lot of people do not get to 90 days. Trust me, even me. Try a 30-day content challenge and see how that goes.
Forbes got a lot of things right. Actually, to put you on these lists, they email you and they ask you for your documentation. So they ask you to see your contracts, documents around who's paying you, how much they're paying you, what brand advertisers you have. But the thing about these lists is they only look at creator revenues. They don't look at the companies you've built. They don't look at the equity you have. And they don't look at how much money the companies you've built are making. So when they say Mr. Beast is making $85 million, they're actually a little bit way off because I know, because I invest in Mr. Beast's company, that he's going to make almost $1 billion this year. I know that his holding company is worth more than $5 billion. I think half of this list are going to end up being billionaires over the next 10 years. If I can just persuade you in the next 10 minutes to start making content, I think it could be life changing. Part of why I really.
You hear that? Guys, get whatsoever anybody is saying. The world is shifting. Did you hear what he said? If I could just get you to start to make content, start to make content. Don't make unethical content because, I mean, because people say make content now, there are a lot of people who are doing what they shouldn't be doing. Make content that aligns with your value and give it time. Guys, give it time. Content has changed my life. God has changed my life through content. Content not changed my life. God changed my life.
Grown to believe this is like one of the
But you
biggest
get what I mean?
opportunities is because everything that's going on with AI at the moment means that building stuff, whether it's software or content, is going to become easier and easier and easier and cheaper and cheaper.
I came up with 100 content ideas um, for LinkedIn. In fact, it will blow your mind to know that that content that went viral on LinkedIn was written by ChatGPT. The only reason why I have not said that on LinkedIn is because I don't want everybody to assume that all of the content that I am putting out was written by ChatGPT. What I do is I come up with these content ideas. When I'm done coming up with the content ideas, I sometimes use ChatGPT to write some of them, or depending on my mood, I flesh out the content ideas based on the way I think of it, and then I use AI to rewrite it. And so that particular content, I remember that I had used AI to write the content from scratch. But after writing the content from scratch, I had to tweak it to fit my strategy. So for example, in that content, I said something like, I create content for LinkedIn and TikTok. And then content on LinkedIn, I try to position myself as a thought leader, as an expert in the industry, and somebody that top employers can employ. On TikTok, for example, I create viral content. I just want to go viral on TikTok rather, because I want to make money from TikTok views. So that's basically it. And then I want to get brand deals. So I gone for viral content. Whatever content I'm posting on TikTok, I post on Instagram and then YouTube Shorts. Whatever I'm posting on LinkedIn, I'm posting on Facebook. And guess what? I've been getting a lot of feedback. People telling me, Susan, please don't stop. You are helping us out here. You are changing our lives. Guys, in the next few years, content is going to be the real deal. You know this thing, we keep saying this thing like the coming of Christ. It's going to shock a lot of people. Anyway, let's continue the video.
deeper. So the moat, which is the thing that offers defense, is no longer that you have 100 developers or a massive production team. The great moat of the next 10 years is content and audience and community and trust. So really, like, this is the game, guys. I know this sounds like a crazy thing to say because like the whole world of entrepreneurship used to be you make a product and then you go out and market it, but actually it's inverted now where you build an audience and then you make products for that audience. I read the comments. I've actually made these like personas of who I think is listening, and I've got your names written down and who you are and what you do from that video where I asked you to comment. My job is to try and tell you what's happening, and this is me shouting at you to make some fucking content and build a community. Like from the bottom of my heart, I think it's a big opportunity for you.
I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, Timmy, and we're talking about how we are shutting out every single person who is giving us some form of opinion because every single person is just out there giving, oh, do this, do that with your content and all of this. And when I was talking with Timmy said, Susan, we just need to double down on content. The two things we mentioned were we need to post content and build a community. In fact, let me play the voice note that Timmy sent to me so that you just hear.
So I'm thinking about something. This my mentorship program. First of all, I want to change the name. I actually don't like that word mentorship. I feel like it's people abuse it, and it's almost like if you don't have mentorship, you cannot grow. And I feel like I want to change the name of my kidney to maybe like the Unstock Accelerator program instead. What do you think? Then the second thing I want to talk to you about is I don't know, after the mentorship program, people just go, right? There's no community afterwards. It's like
Did you hear the word?
after 6 weeks, boom, everybody has gone. And then the only people that I'm connected to are people that, try to connect with me, not because I'm proud or anything, but I don't want it to be like I'm pushing myself on anybody. So, like for example, the last cohort, Laura is the only person that I still really talk
So
to.
you get the point. And then myself and my team for my mentorship program, we're already having this conversation. One of the people who participated in the last cohort of the mentorship program talked to me about wanting to be the community manager for the next cohort. And so he has reached out to me. We've been planning behind the scene and all of those. And one of the things he raised is that there has to be like a follow-up, there has to be a community. And we already created a platform where we are trying to build community. Community is the real deal. Even on your social media platforms, there are people who need to be your raving fans. There are people who need to be your community. Let's see what Stephen Bartlett's.
AI is changing a lot of shit, but it ain't getting rid of relationships. It ain't getting rid of the value of human connection and trust, and it ain't getting rid of the fact that we're innately, at the very fundamental Maslowian level of our basic needs, very, very, very obsessed with each other and social connections. If you want to come on this journey and become a content creator, if you want to get yourself on the list in 2050, no matter who you are or where you're starting, whether you're starting with 10 followers or 10,000 followers, today I need you to commit to something. Not tomorrow, not next week, not Monday, not when the time is right, because the time is never going to be right. There's never going to be a perfect time. So we have to pick an imperfect time. And now, today, is an imperfect time. It's a perfectly imperfect time. So today, step one is pick one platform, just one platform. Make it a platform where you think your target market probably spend a lot of time hanging out based on what you do, based on the skills that you have. Step two is you're going to commit for the next 90 days, not if you feel like it, every single day for the next 90 days, including weekends, you're going to commit to post once a day. And this is what I did when I started. I said to myself that I post every single day at 7 p.m. on Instagram or Twitter for years. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably still thinking, but Stephen, I don't know where to start. I'm not good at speaking to camera. I get nervous. I procrastinate. I don't have a big network of followers. I only have 100 followers, Stephen. The market is too saturated. All of that is bullshit. All of that is absolute bullshit. Every single person that's on this list, every single person on this list had either equal or less content making experience than you do before they started. And I tell you what, I don't need to know who they are to know that they felt embarrassed too. I remember feeling absolutely fucking pathetic the first time I wrote one of those cliche motivational business quotes on my Instagram page. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And the truth is, it was terrible. It was objectively terrible. But that is the price you pay for any accomplishment you achieve in your life. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. And the market isn't saturated because the market is growing. So that means there's more and more space for more and more people. These numbers that you see on this list are getting bigger every single.
I don't know. Something entered my, not something. I think my lash pulled off and entered my eye, so it's pricking me.
year. There's more room for you in this market every single day because the pie is expanding. And listen, the game isn't to be the next Alan Chicken and Chow or making $4 million. The game is to be the next you. I'm not saying that's easy because there's no blueprint for you. There's now a blueprint for Alan Chicken Chow. Alan Chicken Chow, there's no way that's his fucking. Alan Chicken Chow has 93 million subscribers. This guy's dropping 30 million views a video. He's doing scary comedy skits. Fucking hell. I'm out here doing fucking 3-hour podcasts with scientists and flying to America to interview them. This fucking guy's dressing up as a zombie for 15 minutes and dropping 30 million views. He's dressing up as a vampire and running around chasing a girl for 15 minutes. I'm in the wrong niche to wear a vampire costume. Well done, Alan Chicken Chow. Unbelievable. Anyways, when you commit to that level of consistency, there's three magical things that happen. And the first is you kill the debate. And the debate is fucking up your life and you don't even know it. There's a gap between every idea you have and the execution of that idea. And in that gap exists a debate. And the debate sounds like, should I do it? Am I good enough? What are people going to think? That girl in work that I'm attracted to, she's going to think I'm strange. My family, they're going to think I'm strange. They're going to criticize me. I'm going to be bad at it. That is the debate. I'm not as good as Mr. Beast. I don't know how to podcast.
Guys, talking about the debates, I told myself that I was going to go on a content challenge, maybe a 90-day content challenge. Before he even said, I think it was either no, I told myself I was going to do a 60-day content challenge on TikTok and then a 100-day content challenge on LinkedIn. Guess what? I have the content ideas, 100 content ideas already. I've fleshed them out. I haven't fleshed them out, but I have the content ideas, one for each day, whether it makes sense for that day or not. Guys, guess what? I posted a couple of videos a few days ago. And after I posted a couple of videos a few days ago, I stumbled on the WhatsApp status of a friend saying something negative. Maybe not negative anyway, but I was talking about wins and putting your wins out there and all of those. I had said that in like 3 videos, and then I saw this friend post something about the fact that you are loud about your wins doesn't mean other people are not winning. And guys, I felt like he was talking to me. I don't know if he was talking to me or if he was referring to my videos or if he was throwing shade at me. I don't think so, but I mean, I had posted like these videos and then I saw that post. And guys, you wouldn't believe that that single WhatsApp status crippled me the next day. I just started to think, oh, am I doing something wrong? Am I? But guess what? Stephen Bartlett is already making that point. He's already letting you know that between your idea and execution is a lot of things. It's a lot of even the expert. Some of the things I have in my head is that, oh, experts will see me and be like, oh my god, she's just starting. She's just a newbie. She doesn't know a lot of. She doesn't know a lot about marketing. She's not as good as she thinks she is. Those are some of the things that are in my head. You're thinking, oh, your friend is going to see your content and they don't really think of you. They don't really think highly of you. They don't think, or some people look at you and be like, this one is just starting. How much money, how much millions is she calling? Or how much money has she made that she's feeling like she knows a lot that she can come and tell us how to live her life? But guys, guess what? The cost is embarrassment. You have to feel the embarrassment. I felt embarrassed. I felt a type of way, even though I just assumed that that post was directed at me. The person probably had not even thought about me in the last weeks. Do you get it? So you have to find a way to move past your own barrier. You have to find a way to move past your own thoughts about what people think about you.
Therapy is better, blah, 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 blah. You're going to lose the debate. But when you commit to posting every day for 90 days, you only have to win that debate once, which is at the very start, which is now, which is today. And the really incredible second thing that happens, this might be the second most important point that I'm going to say in this video, is the minute you start getting consistent is when compounding returns begin. And compounding returns are the eighth wonder of the world. Every investor knows this, every successful person knows this. When you do something consistently, compounding returns begin. And compounding on a graph looks slow and then it's fast. It's always like that. It begins slow and then it's fast. And just to give you one more push, let me share something with you that absolutely blew my mind. It blew my mind so much that I had to check 10 times that this was actually true. And it is true. You can do the math yourself. If you take two people and they both start with 1,000 followers each, and person A posts once a week, and person B posts once a day, if we assume that every single post will grow their audience by 0.5%, in 10 years' time, how many followers do you think person A is going to have versus person B? The answer is person A, who posted weekly, will have a respectable 12,000 followers. Probably still in their day job because you can't do a ton with that. Person B, who posted once a day for the same period of time, will have over 1 million followers. They'll have 8,500% more followers in the same period of time. And the other magical thing that happens when you post frequently is you learn way faster than someone that's posting infrequently. In the analogy I gave, person B, who posts daily, learns 600% more than person A at the end of the 10 years. But, and this is a big but, this only happens if you follow the 3 Ps when you post, which is you produce, you publish, and then you pay attention. Every single post is data, and the information exists in the back end of every single platform. And that information tells you why people watched, what they clicked, when they stopped watching, what they said. All of that is information that can feed into your next post. So you have to produce, publish, and then pay attention and repeat that cycle. I guarantee you, every single person on this Forbes list, I guarantee they follow the 3 Ps. They produce, they publish, and then they pay attention. So much of the game is just increasing your level of consistency. So if you take me up on this challenge for 90 days and you follow the 3 Ps, you're going to have 90 laps around the produce, publish, pay attention course, and you will learn something every single lap. This is why Alan Chicken Chow has got 100 million YouTube subscribers. He has run more laps around that track than you have. That is how they get on the list, and that's how you can get on the list. I guess it's a question for you. Will you commit today? Will you commit down below in the comment section to posting every single day? And will you commit that when you do post, you'll make sure every single post is an attempt at giving the audience value? I'm not trying to see selfies. I'm not trying to see what you had for lunch. I don't care what your dog is called. I'm trying to see you post things that are an attempt at giving value to your audience. It's only 90 posts for 90 days. Will you commit? If you do commit to me, let's do a symbolic physical gesture. How about we hit the like button on this video to lock it in? How about we comment below, I'm in, if you're committing? How about we hit the subscribe button? How about all three? How about we hit the subscribe button?
Oh my god, NEPA has done their, they've done their work. But you guys, I guess this is the reason why we are doing the work that we are doing, so that we can afford the kind of electricity that will not be taken away from us. We get what I mean. So I think that's all for today. Yeah. So yes, guys. Oh, okay. They just restored power. I think that will be all for today. I have some work to do, just like I mentioned earlier, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in another video.